Hello YouTube, Bookham Dano here with Oliver Queen and the Peanut, and we're going to do a couple things today. Start off with some more reading recommendations and reviews for Peanut's picks, and then I've also got a few slabs I wanted to show off, I guess, and then actually offer up for sale to the community. So anyway, you all set?
Go first.
That's you? Yep.
Okay, so first up is Criminal, and I know that this is a popular book, and they're standalone stories, and you can see, I think there's 12, but this is the first one, but you can see all of them. So each one of these, they're standalone stories, but what's kind of cool is Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, they kind of expanded and did standalone stories that are in Criminal, and they expanded on the story to make a graphic novel. So the first one that we have, hi baby, is My Heroes Have Always Been Junkies. It's Ellie has always had romantic ideas about drug addicts. Tragic souls drawn to needles and pills have been her obsession ever since the death of her junkie mother. But when Ellie lands in an upscale rehab clinic where nothing is what it seems, she'll find another more dangerous kind of romance. This one wasn't my favorite. I was really kind of hoping that it would. In the beginning, it has like a Fight Club type of feel to it. I didn't really think that it was the greatest. I would like to read it like in the Criminal to see what it was like there and see kind of where they expanded, and because it kind of went a little crazy. But I do recommend it because the writing it's done really well. And if you like Ed Brubaker,
yeah, they're a great team of
the writing
writer and artist.
Yeah, and I was just reading that Ed Brubaker is writing for Westworld, so if you enjoy that show, then you would definitely like his stuff. I would give it like 3 stars.
Out of 5?
Out of 5. Yeah. So kind of a Fight Club feel, and then there's a twist, of course, but Bad Weekend, so good. This one was really, really good, guys. I enjoyed this one thoroughly. The art's super cool, and this one is definitely for the comic book lover. So Hal Crane should know. He's been around since almost the beginning, stuck in an out-of-town convention, which is a comic book convention. He's like a comic book artist.
Nice.
Yeah. Waiting to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award. Hal's weekend will take him on a dark ride through a secret history of haunted by crooks, swindlers, and desperate dreamers. This one has everything in it. It has a good, it's a good mystery. There's good, the characters are really well developed, and it's a good twist, and it's also kind of reminds me of, like, for instance, like Neil Adams a little bit. Like, if he was desperate. I don't know. It was. I
don't think he's been desperate for a long time.
He's not. Sorry, Neil Adams. I was just trying to think of like a legend out there that it's this one. This one I highly recommend.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to reading that.
Yeah.
And I assume that, being by these two and being part of the Criminal series, that these have like a very noirish feel.
Yeah, this one definitely I would say is more like a noir. This one is a really good mystery, and the end is really good. It's like full circle. So this one,
I'm looking forward to reading that.
Yeah, this one I highly recommend. And then my last pick is Grass Kings, and it was a Will Eisner nominee. And I'm really drawn to graphic novels that have this sticker on there because it's usually really good writing and a really good story. It's kind of like when you're picking out a bottle of wine, but for somebody else and you don't really know, you go for the points that they have. Well, that's what I do.
I don't know anything about wine, so...
He just knows I like to drink a lot of it. Okay, so basically, let's see. The Grass Kingdom is run by middle brother Robert, who has been grief-stricken since losing his daughter years ago. When a mysterious young woman flees to their community in search of safety, Robert takes her in. But as her true identity comes to light, Robert must decide if his chance at atonement is worth risking the entire kingdom. So it's a trailer park that they call Grass Kingdom, and it's run by, like the description said, two brothers. And it's not like, it's more like they're trying to live off the grid. And Robert, who's really grief-stricken, kind of wants to stay there, and he puts all his energy into protecting the kingdom. The art is really beautiful. It reminds me of Dustin Nguyen, the watercolor type of art. And so they're trying to protect their land, and there's another community outside that they don't let in. It reminds me of something, and I just totally lost it. But I would recommend it. It's a really interesting story, especially with the brother who's really grief-stricken. If you've ever, had to deal with grief, grief is kind of a really odd emotion, and it kind of takes you through that, and the relationship between the two brothers, and what living off the grid kind of looks like, and it's I would recommend it. And you can see Patton Oswalt says it is amazing, get it. So if you,
and that's apparently in the works for a TV show or a movie or
yeah,
something?
I was reading an article this morning that it could be like a TV series. I could totally see it being a TV series. It's very visual, the way that it's written. You kind of are taken to the Grass Kingdom, and the brothers are really complex, and the sheriff from the other community that tries to come in and stops them is the characters are really good, very character driven. So I would recommend it. I would imagine that this is just a one-shot deal. I don't think that there's going to be any more of these. So if you're looking for something, not a big commitment like Criminal, there's 12 of these. So if you want to do that, but this is just...
So it's just the 5 or 6 issues that are in there?
I believe it's 6 issues.
Yeah.
Okay. So
cool.
Just a 6-issue thing. Grass Kings.
And this is Grass Kings is a Boom Studios publication, and then the Criminal is of course Image.
Yeah.
So some independent stuff here.
Yeah, I like the independent more than the major.
Than the majors. Yep.
So what do you got for us?
Thanks.
You have some really good goodies.
So yeah, yesterday afternoon we had a good time. Our LCS, Galactic Greg's in Valparaiso, did a Facebook sale, Facebook Live sale, and it's very similar to like what Torpedo Comics is doing, if you've seen those. But they've got say 20 comics or sets of comics to sell, and they give each one a number, and they show them, give a price, and then if you want it, you can claim like A1 or B2.
It's a lot of fun.
Work it out, but it was a lot of fun, and we
had fun.
Picked up a couple things from that, and once I think Greg's is going to ship them to us because of the way things are. So once we get those, I'll show them off. But anyway, it kind of inspired us a little bit. I have some comics that I'm going to be, some slabs, that I'm going to be sending to my comic shop, and either doing the consignment sell or or putting them in their weekly auction. So I thought, before I send them off, I'd give
you guys
YouTube a chance to see if you're interested. So this is X-Men 282. It's the first appearance of Bishop, so kind of a minor key, I guess, in the X-Men universe. 9.8 white pages, beautiful book. And I'm trying to decide what to do on the prices here. I originally had that at like $105, but want to kind of sweeten it a little bit for YouTube. And then the downside is we have to get shipping in there somewhere too.
But you'll have all the information below on how to contact you.
Sure, and you can
and the prices
make an offer or something if
yeah.
you want. But thinking like $90 shipped on that if you're interested.
Okay, so this is the first one. So this is X-Men
282. First appearance of Bishop.
Very nice.
So.
And then the information will be below for how to contact them if you're interested in that one.
And
this one is my favorite.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. This is it's if you want to show the back, it's a BuyMeToys exclusive. That's a comic shop over in Mishawaka. They get store variants for a lot of the big books. And so this is Bettie page number 1 from Dynamite. And that's, I think it's Greg Hildebrandt is the artist. Let's see here. Yeah, Greg Hildebrandt cover. And this is the sketch cover. So we've got the color version and the sketch cover.
The color one's staying in.
The color ones we're keeping. But we are willing to part with this. 9.8 white pages. So, pretty cool on that. Thinking maybe $70 shipped on that. So
again, below.
Yep, details will be below. And then let's just do this one. And then similarly, we've got another BuyMeToys exclusive variant. This is the Green Lantern number 1, the Grant Morrison, starting the Grant Morrison run. This is, again, a sketch cover, and it is, I think it's Rudolfo Migliani. Migliani's done a bunch of the store variants for BuyMeToys. I'm especially fond of the Detective Comics 1000, and might be throwing one of those, showing you guys one of those, because there's 4 different variants for that. 2 of them I'd really like to keep, but the other 2 might be one to part with. So we might be doing those at a later date. So this is the Green Lantern number 1. It's the sketch cover. Again, 9.8. And I guess probably same thing on this one, like $70 shipped, which I think is a fair price. But if you're you can reach out and make an offer if you're interested. So yeah, we got X-Men 282, which is kind of a minor key, and probably as time goes by it'll probably be more and more important, right? That's cool. They're all 9/8 with white pages, and there's the Bettie page. So, hey, thanks for watching YouTube. Appreciate you spending some time with us. Be safe. Take care of yourselves. Try to, maybe try to learn something or pick up a book and read. All kinds of constructive ways to make use of this kind of forced downtime. So
that's it. And so if you are interested in any of these, there'll be information below. Until next time, take care. We love you all.
Thanks a lot.